Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters. Welcome to the Buffalo Bull. And so tonight I just wanted to take a few minutes to let you know what this was all about, what got me back into this, what got me wanting to do this, where it came from, and a little bit of my background, and to tell you why I'm doing what I'm doing. And so uh, first of all, several years ago, my background is a little unique in the fact that I am a Marine Corps veteran. I was a law enforcement officer for several years and then was called to ministry. And so, absolutely had a blast when God called me to ministry. It was a bit of a I call God smiling and having a sense of humor. And so tonight I come to you wanting to share just some insight. I'm not coming to you telling you that the guys that have the exact same background that I do, uh, that I'm better than those guys or that I've got it all figured out, because I don't. What I'm coming to you tonight and sharing with you is that I have the experiences with you. And so I remember a lot of times and a lot of the trials and the tribulations, the battles and the wars that I went through in life over the last 20 years or so, 25 years really or so. A lot of the battles and the wars that I went through, and a lot of the tests and the things that have come up in front of me, and the trials, all of those things have created me into who I am today. And so I come to you because I want to share insight, because I remember a lot of times thinking to myself that I was alone. I had no one that could understand or could relate. And I remember going, man, who am I? Who am I? Like, I was trying to figure out who I was, and I was trying to find myself and all of this, and only to find out realistically that I was never alone. And so I say that with you tonight because I come to you from that background that I've got a blue collar background. I've worked in factories. I've been on patrol. I was a pastor, a student pastor, an evangelist. I've done all of that, and then on top of that, again, the Marine Corps. And so I share with you that I'm not any better than anybody else. I'm the same old guy. And if anybody on here tonight would understand and would relate that, to just drop a comment for me and share with everybody that doesn't know who I am what it is exactly that I'm about. And what you're going to find out is that I was called to be a helper. I was called to be a servant, even from my childhood. I loved serving people and helping people, and helping people through hard times and dark times. And so that is the sole purpose of this. I had a podcast when we were in Louisiana when I was in ministry, and had a great time with it. And then several of those episodes were deleted due to technological error, whatever it was, COVID year, whatever it was. I had several podcasts and had been on several podcasts with other guys, and through the years, it kind of molded me into who I've become. And so, over the last few years, we have been on a journey. I've been on a journey. I've been on a journey that I knew one day that would come, and it still never really fully prepares you for it. And so, the whole purpose of this is to let you know that I'm just like you. There's no difference in me from you. The difference is that at the moment, I am called, and maybe this will share the love and the joy and the hope that somebody else is called to do the same things. And so my experiences is what created me and molded me into who I am and who I've become. And furthermore, just to share a little from the post that I made earlier on my page, I wanted everyone to know and to understand that from a full hearted perspective, what my resume is. And that's why I shared with you my background. And I didn't share that background to say that I've got it figured out just like the other guys that have that background. That's not at all it. I'm sharing it with you because of those experiences. And so I want to share with you who I am. I want to share with you, what we can do to grow together. I want to cut through all the red tape. I want to cut through all the self-help manuals. If you go to a bookstore today, you will not find a shortage of self-help books telling you how to be a better person or how to make $1 million overnight. That's not the point of any of this. The whole point of this is to share with you again my call to serve and to walk with you. We're on this journey together called life, and so when you're walking with people that can relate to you, that has understood where you're at, where you're coming from. I've been through injuries, I've been through setbacks. I've lost my mother and my father in the last couple of years, which is why we relocated back home. I say all of that to say that everybody is one day going to make their own path into those journeys and walk their own path. And at the same time, I want to be able to say, you know what, I can't make things better, but I can certainly shed some wisdom and what I learned from my experiences. And that's the key to the Buffalo Bull. Why the Buffalo Bull? Well, long before I ever knew it, as a small child, my first pastor that I ever remember, had a nickname for me, and he called me Buffalo. I don't know where it came from. I don't know what triggered it. I don't know what caused it. But what I do know is that would follow me into my adulthood, in my life as a man, as a father, as a husband, as a friend, as a brother. And I say that because the more I studied the buffalo, I became intrigued with the buffalo years ago. One of the unique things that I learned about the buffalo was when hard times come upon the buffalo and hard weather comes upon the buffalo didn't hunker in like any other creature in the world. The buffalo put his head down, pushed through the hard times to get to the other side. I know several of you probably have heard me in a sermon analogy somewhere along the way, or somewhere along through the years you've heard me talk about on the battlefield, right? What a battlefield looks like if we were taking incoming mortar fire, right? And we just thought, you know what, the safest place is probably behind this wall. And I made that analogy because that's not the safest place. The safest place is to push through and get to the other side. Hey, that's life. That's the purpose of life. That's the purpose of why we do what we do. The whole purpose to this right here and to the Buffalo Bull is to let you know that I can walk with you and share in my experiences, and we can push through to the other side, because the other side has something much more in store for you than you could have ever imagined. This is not going to be all spiritual, although I will share with you that I am a Christian. I believe in Jesus Christ. I believe in my faith, and I will always will believe in Jesus Christ and walk in my faith in Him. That being said, the sole purpose of this is not going to be a Christian podcast or solely just a podcast about growth and a podcast about doing life, a podcast for dads or moms or husbands or wives. This is a podcast about life. This is real life. And so I've got to experience over the years. One of the greatest things that I ever learned was when I was very new to patrol. Matter of fact, I hadn't even made it to the academy yet. I was a reserve deputy. And one of the greatest lessons I was ever taught was from my lieutenant. And I will leave him nameless. But he taught me a lot. And one of the lessons that my lieutenant told me was, I want you to ride with everybody. You got it, LT. I don't know why, but I will, right? Tell me why. He says, because I want you to get a little bit of this guy, and a little bit of this guy, and a little bit of this guy. And when eventually you take all of those experiences and their experience together, it makes you who you are. It's the same premise with life. I don't have all the answers. I'll never tell you that I have it all figured out, nor will I ever tell you that I've got the experiences that are going to make your life better and make you a millionaire overnight. That's not the plan, and that's not the purpose. My sole purpose is to let me give just a little bit of my experience so you can add it to your walk as well. I hope you join me. I hope you subscribe. We're on all the social media platforms. We're on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and we do have a YouTube channel as well. So as we start to get into this, we'll be launching a podcast in the very near future. What my intention and my hope is, and I'm talking to some of these guys now, my hope is that I'm able to sit down and talk life with these guys. I have businessmen who have come from nothing, I have guys that have served in the military for 20 plus years. I've got guys that have been in law enforcement for 25 plus years. And what we want to do is we want to take a little bit of each one of those guys and figure out what they're doing in life mixed with our experiences to help us get ahead, walk that journey, and live our day to day the best we can, live every day to the fullest, and absolutely be head down, pushing through the storm, pushing through the snow, pushing through all the bad stuff so we can get to the other side because we know good things are coming. It's about mindset. This podcast will be about grit. This podcast will be certainly about things that I see through my lens and things that I would encourage you to share back through your lens. This podcast will be about perspective. And a lot of things that I learned in life was a lot of our experiences are gained in different seasons. A lot of our experiences are gained through tragedy. A lot of our experiences are gained through being there in the midst of something as it unfolds. And so what I want you to know about me, when I say that I came from nothing, I don't mean that as a slap or a disrespect towards my family, but we didn't come from money. We didn't come from the silver spoon lineage. There was not generational wealth granted upon us. Nothing like that ever took place. Where I'm at today is because I am homegrown, grassroots, out of the trenches, have rose up and created and self-made myself to where I'm at today. We're going to talk about a various broad aspect of all kinds of things. We're going to talk about parenting in 2025. I'm not going to give you advice that explains to you why you should be a better parent in 10 tips. I'm giving you the experience as a father of 6, 3 boys and 3 girls. I'm giving you the experience as a husband that was not always a great husband for the last 20 years to my beautiful bride, who has stuck by me through the thick and the thin. And everybody thinks, oh, they have a perfect marriage, right? They've got a perfect marriage. I want what they got. Well, you don't want to do what we did to get to where we got. All right. So it takes experience. It takes life. It takes being in the trenches and pushing through the smoke. And so that's what this is about. All together, what I wanted to share with you is something that really has been put on my heart to share with you to help you get to where you want to be. In a snapshot, together we rise. Okay, together we rise, and I want you to know more than anything else that you're not alone. That's it. You're not alone. And all of the darkest trials, all of the hardest tribulations, all of the setbacks, all of the things that happen in life that you didn't plan for, because that's most of life, isn't it? All of the things that you combined in one culmination of a singular event, which is a snapshot and a painting of your life. It's not about who you've been, it's about who you were created and designed to be and who you want to make yourself be. And that's what this is about. Grit, determination, motivation, and letting you know that you're not alone. Together, we rise. The Buffalo Bull is a part of that and wants to walk with you on that journey. I encourage you to follow our page. I encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I encourage you to be a part of this journey with us. Share with your friends. Do me a favor. If you have been a part of the journey with me anywhere in the last 20 years, will you share this video, share our page, so we can impact other people and help other people on their journey? I love you, and we will be talking soon, okay? Get the share out, get the follows out for me, and we'll touch base here soon and get you up to date on the podcasts, all the upcoming events, all of my guests that we are slating as we speak to line in to speak with us as well. Together, we will rise. Thanks, guys.